Once upon a time in a bustling city, there lived a man named Daniel. He was successful by all societal measures, a stable job, a luxurious apartment, and a circle of friends who admired his achievements. Yet, deep inside, Daniel felt an emptiness he couldn't shake. The endless cycle of meetings, deadlines, and social obligations left him longing for something more, something real. One evening, after a particularly draining day at work, Daniel found himself at a quiet, out-of-the-way bookstore. As he perused the dusty shelves, a tattered old book caught his eye. It was titled Whispers of the Zen Forest. Intrigued, Daniel opened it to find the story of a senile old man who is said to be a master of Zen, living deep within a forest that few dared to enter. The man was rumored to have profound wisdom that could change the course of one's life, but only those truly ready to let go of their past could find him. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. The idea of the old man haunted him. He knew his current life wasn't what he wanted, but could he really abandon everything to seek out a mythical figure in some forgotten forest? The thought was both terrifying and exhilarating. Days turned into weeks, and Daniel found himself growing increasingly restless. The monotony of his life felt unbearable. One morning, as he stared at his reflection in the bathroom mirror, something inside him snapped. He made a decision. He would leave everything behind and search for the old man in the forest. Without a second thought, Daniel quit his job, packed a small bag with essentials, and set off for the wilderness described in the book. The journey was long and arduous. The deeper Daniel ventured into the forest, the more isolated he became. There were no paths, no signs of civilization, just the rustling of leaves and the occasional chirping of birds. It was as if the forest itself was testing his resolve. But Daniel pressed on, driven by an inner voice that assured him he was on the right path. After what felt like weeks, Daniel stumbled upon a small, dilapidated hut hidden beneath a canopy of ancient trees. Sitting outside was an old man, his hair wild and white, his eyes clouded with age. Despite his frail appearance, the man exuded a sense of peace that immediately put Daniel at ease. "I've been expecting you," the old man said, his voice barely more than a whisper. Daniel was taken aback. "How did you know I was coming?" The old man chuckled softly. "You're not the first to seek me out, nor will you be the last. But what you seek is not what you think it is." Daniel was confused. "I came to find answers. My life, it feels empty, meaningless. I want to change, to embark on a new journey, but I don't know how." The old man nodded slowly. "The answers you seek are within you, not in me. You left behind the noise of the world, but you brought with you the noise of your mind. Sit with me in silence, and perhaps you'll hear what you truly need." For days, Daniel stayed with the old man, doing nothing but sitting in silence. At first, his thoughts raced, memories of his past, worries about the future, doubts about his decision. But gradually, the silence began to work its magic. The chatter in his mind quieted, and Daniel started to feel a deep sense of clarity he had never known before. One morning, as the first rays of sunlight filtered through the trees, Daniel opened his eyes with a newfound understanding. He didn't need to search for answers outside of himself. They were already within him, waiting to be discovered in the stillness. The journey he sought was not a physical one, but an inner one. The old man smiled when he saw the change in Daniel. "You're ready," he said simply. Daniel didn't need to ask what he meant. He knew it was time to leave the forest and return to the world, but this time, he would live with intention and purpose, guided by the wisdom he had found in silence. As Daniel walked back through the forest, he felt a profound sense of peace. The journey ahead was uncertain, but he was no longer afraid. He had found the advice he sought, not in words, but in the quiet understanding that the path to a fulfilled life was one he had to walk alone, with the wisdom of his own heart as his guide. And so, Daniel embarked on his new journey, not as a man seeking meaning, but as a man who had discovered that meaning was within him all along.